How many times did you strike him in the head area and the upper body? How many? 13. 13 solid shots to the head area. What did you do to that defenseless kid then? You kicked him in the head like you were kicking a 50-yard field goal. 1451. And are you Kelton Gaines?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. West, John West, I believe is your attorney,
Yes.
as well as this lady's attorney. So y'all stand by, and he should, I think he's forthcoming.
Yes, sir.
All right. We have the other case is Jordan Savoy, and is Todd LeBlanc.
He was here, he's here somewhere.
All right.
He asked for a second copy of the, yes, I think he talked about.
Is he, ask if Todd LeBlanc is out. I asked for the bailiff's help. Thank you. Okay. And Jordan Savoy. You'll deal with that one.
Speak with Mr. LeBlanc right now.
Okay. Tell them when they're ready. Todd, are y'all ready? Todd, are y'all ready?
It's 40-ish, right?
Yeah, come on up. Jordan Savoy, that's you, sir? Come on up. Good. This post-sentence report was prepared, it states by Candy Banks, but are you here for the probation
I've
officer?
been assigned Mr. Savoy's case.
Okay.
Ms.
Oh.
Banks, did complete the.
She prepared it and you are going to be the probation officer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You may sit down. No one stands behind the bar. Thank you. Oh, she's with you? Okay, good. No, except court personnel, I guess they can stand. They have to. That's part of their duties. In a 22-41241, Mr. Savoy, you just briefly on a history for the record. You were indicted on December 14th, once a year ago, in 2022, for the second-degree felony of robbery. This is an event that occurred at Westbrook High School here in Beaumont, Texas, part of the Beaumont Independent School District's schools. And as this case worked its way through the system, it was reduced, or you pleaded guilty with an agreement from the state for a Class A misdemeanor of the lesser included offense of assault. Now, you were not 17 at the time of the event. You classified as a juvenile. However, because of the serious nature of the case, you were transferred to adult status, treated as an adult, even though you have alleged to have been committed the crime while you were not yet an adult. And so under the law, when that hearing is held and that court official deems that it is appropriate under the law to treat you for all purposes as though you were an adult for this crime, then that's what happens. You were treated as an adult rather in the juvenile delinquency program. So now you are 17, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what happened in this case is that last month, this case was on this court's docket. And the agreement was that you would be placed on probation. And the court did not have a pre-sentence report to work with, but under the circumstances that I was made aware of by the attorneys here, this case I felt like was most likely a case that probation would be the best interests of all concerned. But conditions of probation, this court wasn't certain of until a post-sentence report was prepared by the probation office, like we normally have before us when we place somebody on probation. This court did feel like, under the serious nature of this case, and if it was going to proceed in the way of probation, the wisest thing to do was to move forward, place the defendant on probation, get him under supervision, and then come back later today for a review of the report and what other terms and conditions of probation are appropriate under these circumstances. Now, the probation office has prepared, and you are here with Mr. LeBlanc, your attorney, and the state's attorney, and probation official. Ms. LeBlanc is one of our senior supervising probation officers is here. Have the parties had an opportunity to review this post-sentence report, and are there any changes or comments anyone wants to make to it? State.
I have not seen it, Your Honor. If I have a brief glance at the defense attorney real quick. I don't think there's any changes from what I know.
While he's reviewing that, Mr. LeBlanc, any changes you see?
Judge, I have reviewed it. I don't see anything that needs to any changes or objections to it, Judge.
I don't see any changes. Just we have no objection.
All right, without objection, then it's going to be made a part of the record in this case, but is only limited to view by certain parties who are involved in this litigation. All right, the defendant was who pleaded guilty last month here to this Class A misdemeanor. Mr. Savoy went through the plea process, admitted that he was guilty of the crime of assault, Class A misdemeanor assault, lesser included assault from the robbery indictment. And the court found that even though there was sufficient evidence supporting finding the defendant guilty, the court deemed it was the best interests of all concerned, most importantly, the defendant, that he would be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation. I did not find you guilty, and this court has deferred any finding of guilt so long as you follow the terms and conditions of probation, which are going to be amended here. There were terms that I think I don't have a copy of them, but I believe the probation office prepared a litany of terms in an order of probation or not.
Based on the
There
pre-sentence
we go.
report
There you go. Yeah.
or the conditions?
Okay. There was a set of terms of probation that you were reviewed with and that you signed your signature back when you entered this plea, and we placed you on probation last month. I have reviewed the post-sentence report. This court has also reviewed the video of this event that I heard had worked its way around in the public. I had never seen it. I had not heard about it, but then I found out from this case that there was a video that was, I guess it was made by some other student. And to say it's disturbing would be an understatement. it is most disturbing. It is, one thing is certain. In schools, it is no place for bullying. It is no place for assaults. It is no place for the threatening of other students or anyone else involved in this. The key ideals for an education system like what BISD is striving to obtain is not only a safe environment for the students, which is necessary, but an opportunity to learn without fear. And not the least of which is you ought to be able to go to the restroom without being accosted. That's a place for private natural events to occur that are necessary for humans, but not to have to endure what I saw in that video. Now, the post-sentence report states this. And this is from the police, the BISD police officials who investigated the case and who showed up quickly afterwards. A couple of things that, several things that disturb me most about all of this. And it defies logic that this is the kind of atmosphere that is at any school, but it can happen. And when it occurs, it is going to be dealt with severely. According to the complainant, you, who were with some others, the complainant was in the restroom, taking care of his business, as it were. And you came in, demanded his cell phone and other items in his possession, which is theft. And when you force that, it's called robbery, which is a second-degree felony, which carries with it up to 20 years in prison. The victim stated he didn't have anything on him, and then you attempted to raffle through his pockets of the shorts he had on to see what he had on him. Then apparently he tried to protect himself and grabbed at you for what you were doing, and you stated, "Don't touch me, let's fight." Then you pushed him to the ground and beat him severely. I saw the video from the district attorney's office. How many times did you strike him? And all he was doing was in a complete defensive position. He had you around your knee. He was holding one knee like this, trying to defend himself from your blows because he was on his knees. How many times did you strike him in the head area and the upper body? How many?
All right.
How many?
I don't.
You take a number. 13. 13 solid shots to the head area. Then he falls away from you on the ground, laying defenseless. What did you do to that defenseless kid then? You kicked him in the head like you were kicking a 50-yard field goal. And then what did you do? Left him. And the others with you. So, police were called. And the nurse got there. It was very serious. They were attending to his lacerations. He had injury to his face that was bleeding. They looked for you You're supposed to be in school, in class. You were there, but you hid out for 3 periods while they searched the campus. You were hiding out. Why would you hide? Unless that biblical proverb, guilty people flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous stand bold as a lion. That's in the Bible. You fled and you hid, and somebody had to take care of this mess with this kid. Oh. Now, your version, in all fairness, you got a chance to be heard.